All right. See, this is what happens when I don't get to preach in a while.
Our scripture this morning is very short, but it's very profound, and so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to read it 2 times, and the 3rd time I want you to read it with me. It's from Matthew chapter 18, verse 20. For where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am there among them. For where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am there among them.
For where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am there among them.
This is the word of the Lord.
Thanks to God.
Okay, now I'd like to welcome Shannon and Priddy.
Sure, I can. Elaine Cohen, I was confirmed with her daughter. As you may have heard, I'm Dottie Priddy's daughter. And so I have an update. Mom is scheduled to come home next week. So some of you, amen. While we were out in California in October, she became gravely ill. And thank goodness and thank God that my brother and his wife were there to take her to the hospital and get her home. And then 14 days of IV antibiotics and a clean bill of health to travel home was given just this last week. So I am truly honored to share this message with you today, but also bring her tidings. She did call this morning and wish me well and was sorry she couldn't be here to celebrate United Methodist Women. And I can truly say that because she is why I'm a United Methodist woman. I also want to thank some of the members of the audience. Rita L. Smith is here from Chicago. She is our North Central Jurisdiction President. She also is a past Northern Illinois President of United Methodist Women and sits with me on the Program Advisory Group for the National Organization of United Methodist Women. I think that covers all your titles. But thank you for being here. It truly means a lot. We have some women from Morris, Illinois, United Methodist Women, and one I had the benefit of teaching with alongside us, so thank you for being here. Nancy Jennings is her district president in Illinois Great Rivers, and as I tell the story often, she was the first woman to invite me to county offering, and I was probably about an 8th grader, so that really meant a lot. And Shar Musser is the Aurora district president, and I think piano lessons, teacher, Sunday school, there's probably a few things that we have a way of going back in history for. So thank you all for being here. I also want to thank some cousins who showed up. The power of the press still does work. Lori saw my interview in the Joliet Herald and said, "That can't be my cousin," and sure enough, here I am. It was me. So thank you for making that possible. As I said, I am Dottie Priddy's daughter, but every now and then she gets to be Shannon Priddy's mom. And that's because I'm the National President of United Methodist Women. I'm honored to be here today to speak in my home church. There are so many memories that just keep flooding back. I remember when the stained glass was in the old church. I grew up in that church on Sage Street. I went to Sunday school at the old parsonage. I attended Girl Scouts and Fellowship Hall. And I was confirmed into the United Methodist Church there. I am comfortable speaking in front of people because I stood in front of the congregation as a young liturgist on Sundays and pronounced names like Nebuchadnezzar and Mephisabeth and all those wonderful names that students get when they become liturgists. It was during my college years that Shannon United Methodist Church met at Skateland and then continued to build this place we call home. I wasn't around much in those days, but I do remember coming home during the summer and on holidays and attending United Methodist Church here. For as long as I can remember, my mom has been part of United Methodist Women. My brother, sister, and I watched as she attended meetings and held them in her home. It wasn't until I moved away and built my life elsewhere that I really became aware of United Methodist Women. In my early 20s, Mom invited me to Mission U. Not once, not twice, but 7 times before I finally said yes. Mission U is a transformational education experience. I call it grad class in a week because you take a study, a topic that is prevalent in the world today, a social justice issue, and you learn 8 hours of study so that you can then go out and share that social justice aspect with the world. It is not enough to just learn. It is up to us to educate others and then go out and change the world. Once you learn of an injustice, we as United Methodists are called to action. We as United Methodist women know how to put faith, hope, and love into action. After moving back home in 2008 to spend time with Mom and Dad and recharge before heading to Armenia for the Peace Corps, I got involved with United Methodist Women right here in Shannon. I joined a circle because I was looking for a spiritual community of women for support and growth. United Methodist Women provided it then and continues to do so now. Like the prodigal daughter, I found my way back to the Midwest after Boston and the Peace Corps. I now call Indianapolis home, and it's close enough to be near Shanahan, but far enough to have my own life. And what a life I have been blessed to lead. Once settled, I did what any good Methodist would do, and I looked for a church. A Google search pointed me to North United Methodist in Indianapolis. It is the biggest church I have ever belonged to, both in membership and size of the building. I jokingly tell people you could fit 3 of the Sage Street churches in the sanctuary. I knew being new in town, I would want to find a place for spiritual growth and community of women. One Sunday, about this time of year, I walked into church and saw a group of women selling prayer calendars. I walked right up to them and said, "If those are United Methodist Women prayer calendars, you must be United Methodist Women, and I want to join." The women said, "Great, you're in luck. Next week is our potluck dinner, and just show up at this time and we'll make you feel right at home." And boy, did they ever. That year, I went to Mission U in Indiana. I joined the conference leadership team as their language coordinator and attended the first leadership development days for the national organization in St. Louis, and that was 2012. In 2015, I was called by the Indiana Conference, United Methodist Women, and asked if I would consider running for a director to the board of directors of the national organization. I looked at my job, I looked at where I was in my life, and I thought, sure, I could do 1 or 2 meetings additionally a year. I prayed and looked for guidance, and then I said yes. I would run for the director position from Indiana Conference. After I was elected as a director, I was selected to attend the conference or the governance committee that would create the slate and create the leadership of the national organization, the national board. I was asked to be national president. I prayed. I said, "Do I really know what this means?" And then I said yes, because it doesn't really matter. Esther 4:14, "For if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance for the Jews will arise from another place, but you and your father's family will perish. And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this." I did not run for the position of director for prestige or promotion. I was ready to be a director because I work in nonprofits every day, and I see the good and the amazing work that is possible because of United Methodist Women around the world. I became national president because it was time. It was my time for someone with no history in United Methodist Women to be the example of what we can be if we truly believe we are a community of women, sent by God to do missions around the world. For such a time as this, the change in our church and in United Methodist Women. For such a time as this, when we recognize the need for growth and leaders in those who may have not been leaders before. The first office I was elected to in United Methodist Women was as a director and then national president. When I said yes, I wasn't scared. I knew that I could do it because I was in community. I wouldn't be doing it alone. I would ask for help, and I shared this. I don't work as one person. I work in a community of women, inviting more and more to be part of United Methodist Women. United Methodist Women has been building leaders for 150 years, not because the same women are always leading, but because new leaders come into a community and are nurtured and mentored. There are fewer and fewer of us who just walk up and say, "Here I am, let me serve." Just like our churches, if we're not inviting women to join us, to lead on their own terms, we are missing out on more and more women like me. My generation and the generation of women after me are ready for faith-based leadership opportunities. And if we don't recognize them, another organization will. It will look different. It should look different. These are different times. United Methodist Women is working today to be ready for those different times, for that future that will be here tomorrow. So what does it all mean? It means membership outreach is more important than ever before. Letting new leaders lead, with training to do what works locally, not to be the cookie cutter of the way we've always done it. United Methodist Women is ready to look different on every level. Since 2012, when coming out from the umbrella of the global church, we have educated leaders that it is okay to try something new. Now is the time to put that education into practice. It will look different in Shannon than it does in Morris or Minooka. Although we work together, and should, our structures do not have to look the same. It means we need to work and be okay with letting go of what doesn't work. It means that our structures are flexible and that bylaws can be rewritten. United Methodist Women is a community of women whose purpose is to know God and to experience freedom as whole persons through Jesus Christ, to develop a creative, supportive fellowship, and to expand concepts of mission through participation in the global ministries of the church. That's it. That's the secret. That's the secret of United Methodist Women. If we follow the purpose, the meaning behind the words, we can go into the next 150 years. Professionally, I am a fundraiser for nonprofit organizations. I know the benefit of nonprofits because they can do work that governments can't. Similarly, United Methodist Women can do work that the church can't. Our finances are separate. We are not buying new drapes for the church. We are putting our money to work for women, youth, and children at home and around the world. I bring a different perspective to United Methodist Women because I don't know any different. In 2016, when I was invited to Dallas, Texas to work on the slate for the executive team for the board of directors, I was as green as the day is long. I listened, I prayed, and I had all my charts ready to discuss who should lead. I was sitting among second-term directors, a leader of the civil rights movement, a retired New York police officer, and women who had raised their kids and finished their careers. I was in the middle of my third career, no children, no spouse, and I didn't even own my own home. But I had sat in Rachel's circle all those years ago with women who were ahead of me on life's path, and I was listened to. My opinions were respected. So I expected this of all United Methodist Women. I am not lesser because I am younger, because I am a part of the community. It is our differences that make United Methodist Women stronger. I still expect this of all United Methodist Women, no matter the age of the women. We should expect it from each other and hold one another to a higher standard. What if I fail? Oh, but my darling, what if you fly? Imagine what it could look like if we weren't confined by the way we have always done it.
That's right.
Amen. If you want young women in leadership, ask them to lead. Mentor her in the traditions of United Methodist Women and expect her to do it differently. Let her use her skills for change and to try something new. If we want younger women to get involved, invite them not once, not twice, but maybe 7 times. I am not the only Esther for such a time as this. Excuse me. Oh. I am confident United Methodist Women will not let me fail, but will help me fly.
That's right.
Whew. I told you all these memories are flooding back. Okay, thank you. Oh, and by the way, I am a crier. I did grow up in this church, and most people who were with me during all of the time know this is true. Here I am, Lord, can't get through without crying. Like the women who came before us, who gave money to mission in perpetuity, United Methodist Women is creating the Legacy Fund. The idea of the Legacy Fund began in 2014 when then directors and leaders realized we could do more if we built an endowment to work from and more money could go directly to missions. In 2017, I pushed the board of directors to set the $60 million goal. It was unheard of, $60 million. However, knowing how endowments work, with just using 2% once this is a fully funded endowment, equals $1.2 million to work annually. This fund will allow United Methodist Women to work while mission dollars go around the world to help women, youth, and children. So, why give to both missions and the Legacy Fund? Our pledge service, our faith, calls us to participate in mission, and a financial gift is just one way to do that. Our faith also calls us to do more, and that is the Legacy Fund. With time, our lives will fade into memory, but the legacy will keep our purpose in action. 100 years ago, women designated funds that are still being used today. Giving to the Legacy Fund means that your gift will be used 100 years from now. That is a pretty awesome legacy. I feel like Esther could have said these words to Mordecai. What if I fail? And Mordecai would have replied, oh my darling, but what if you fly? And who knows, but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this. Thank you, Shannon United Methodist Church, for raising me. Thank you for United Methodist Women for expecting more of me and helping me rise to become a leader. And thank you for inviting me here today and welcoming me every time I come home. Amen.
Amen.
When Shannon mentioned Rachel's circle, that's my circle, and we had so much fun with Shannon. But all the old people, we had Shannon, and when she went to Armenia, we sent her care packages, we sent her cards, we told her how much we loved her, and I think we sent enough yarn that you could knit forever and ever, because we were always doing that. So it's been a great, wonderful time having Shannon with us today. And Shannon, on behalf of the Shannon United Methodist Women, we would like to give this to you. Thank you. Thank you very much. This is where we give a gift in mission, and what that means is we honor those who have left us, and we honor those who are among our congregation who go up over and beyond to help us, the United Methodist Women. And so in memory, I would like Cindy Pappas to come up, and this is for the family of Nick Pappas. I think Cindy's here, I saw her a few minutes ago. Come on up. You can stay up here too, okay? I know you love that. Well, you will be joined in just a second, okay? Okay, and I saw him brushing the hair from his forehead as he became a United Methodist woman as we took up our collection. So Mike Caldine, we would like to honor you and Joni White, and I don't think Joni's here, for all you do for the turkey supper. So if you would please come up and take his place. And we all know Mike is the big turkey of the turkey supper. I'll stand here, please.
Well, it's got the legs for
And we would like to recognize and honor Georgia Johnson for all she does to make our church so beautiful. Not only here in the sanctuary, but when you go to Fellowship Hall, you will see all the work that she does. So thank you. And last but definitely not least, one who I've asked 6 times and hoping the 7th time will actually work for her to join a circle would be Donna Zoki for all that she does. And this might even become the first time that Donna Zoki would be speechless. So thank you all for all that you do, all that you have done, and all with the heart of United Methodist Woman. Thank you very much.